Inside the auditorium.
Sit.
A very good morning to every. Guidance is a continuous process, and it helps every individual to help himself to recognize and use his inner resources to set goals, to make plans, to work out his own problems of development. It is needed at all stages. Indian School Dorset is proud to organize AVENIR 2023, providing a platform to the Indian school students in Oman to enhance their opportunity career. Our first speaker of this morning is Mr. Ashok Rajaram from Grey Matter Academics, Chennai. Sir is currently the director of the institution and has a vast knowledge in the field of academics. He is a qualified chartered accountant with more than 30 years of experience in the field of finance and strategy planning. He has a passion for interacting with the international student community, and today he will educate us on careers in the field of commerce. We welcome you, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. So before I, start off, let me spend a minute in thanking the AVENIR team, Indian School Dorset, for inviting us and giving this wonderful platform to interact with students and the future professionals. That's how I kind of call the current age students. So that's my pleasure and my privilege to be here on this day, being part of a mega event, AVENIR 2023. So though we have been participating with AVENIR programs every year, but it's always a pleasure to meet up, every year a new brand of children who are all aspiring to become, future leaders. It could be in any form, any discipline. So it's always my pleasure to be here. And once again, I thank everyone who's involved in organizing, such a big event. We just saw the inauguration today. It was one such mega event, and I would request, every student to give a big round of applause for all the AVENIR team and the school management. Thank you. I just would want to pick up from the title itself. Future Ready. This title is so relevant, and every day you look at the title and it will be still relevant. Okay, it's not a title that you can pass by time or anything. So every day morning when you look at it, it will remind you of how you should get ready for that particular day and probably the upcoming days that are going to be in your life. So I start with the future ready. What is future ready meaning? Okay, what it means is basically, in two words, it's about your preparedness for any eventuality in future, right? I think that is what being future ready is all about. But I would even extend my thought, not just being ready to handle something in future. I would aspire and wish every student I want you to become a future by yourself. So I want you to think of you establishing and becoming an identity in future. Okay, so all that we are going to speak about today though the title says is about the career options for commerce students, but we are not going to limit it only with the commerce students. And these are some of the courses and opportunities that are available even beyond the commerce stream of education. Even the science stream or even a non-commerce students could easily look up to. And we have had enough of examples where students from other stream of education have taken up these courses and established themselves very, very successfully in their career as well. If I may just take a quick, understanding on the profile of students. How many of you are here from 11th, 12th commerce background? Can you just? Oh, okay. Okay, that's good. So others, if I may understand, would be from either science or from 9th, 10th grade. All right. Okay. So the reason that I would want to understand is so that I can alter my note and probably the courses that I would want to kind of explain it. That helps me understanding what depth that I can kind of go into the. However, I would not limit. I will definitely share what are those options that are available for the commerce and even for the non-commerce students as well. One thing I must tell you that we are living in an era or a phase of time that the opportunities are unlimited. And I can tell you particularly for the non-science students, which are all commerce students, you have the highest number of options that are available today. As unlike never existed ever before. I can just recall the days that when we grew up, we hardly had any kind of an options. There were just only two kind of options and avenue that was available. After the commerce, you either go into a graduation, and many of the courses that we are going to touch upon today were not even known to us. So we learned it through the day, and that is how we got to know. But you must all be thankful that you are in a stage where everything comes at your palm and at your hand, and at your own desk. So you are living in the most beautiful time and probably the best phase of life. Today every student is enjoying, and I know the expectation then on the student is to leverage all that information and the knowledge that are being passed down to you. You must leverage and make advantage of it. And as I said, I want every one of you to become future by yourself. Like you establish an identity, for your own self. That is the environment that today we are in. And all this we are going to speak about, these are all something doable and possible for every one of us. Okay, as I said, the commerce doesn't limit anyone here. These are available for even non-commerce students, and it is available for everyone from wherever you are. Most of the topics that we are going to cover, you do not have to relocate or you do not have to move out anywhere, into any other parts of the country. These are something now easily available to you at your own doorsteps and at in your own hometown, in your own location itself. So, these are courses that do not require any mobility, even for the preparation and also for taking up the examinations and probably obtaining your certifications as well. And these are not going to be just a brand of education from a particular country, but you can even secure all the international certifications which are recognized more than 180 plus countries as well. So we'll see all of those in a while. But my initial recommendation for students who are in the 11th, 12th, or students who are in 9th, 10th grade, who are looking within your own self of what next to be done, please, you can go through these sessions, and I want you to carefully have a thought process and make a well-informed decision. Okay, you can choose of your own choice what you are passionate about and what you want to become in future, but you should be aware of what is happening or what is around you, and you should have a choice, and you should have an awareness of all the possible options, and then you make a decision which should be a well-informed decision, so that at any point of time in future, you do not regret about a decision that you are taking today, which is the most crucial decision. Because the decision that you take on 12th grade and deciding your next course of education for next 3-4 years, It's going to determine the life that you're going to lead for another 30, 40 years in the career, in the industry, in the role that you would be playing on. So this decision that you take in this year or, by in another next few months is going to determine your future life itself. So the quality of life that you're going to lead into future is actually based on the decision that you will be taking in next few months. So you must take enough amount of time, take proper guidance from your parents and the teachers and the mentors available around you, and do make a very, very well informed decision. Okay. So having said all that, so I would kind of move into some of the options that are available for a commerce, and as I said, even for non-commerce students as well. So there are two major aspects that one can look into, or a student after 12th grade can look up to. One is a very conventional path of getting into a graduation, and the other most important route is actually for the people who are more passionate about establishing themselves as a professional. So there is a professional path that is available for students, right after the 12th grade. And I will spend, a very, very little amount of time on the graduation path, because two things. One is there are plenty that are available. As I said, you are living in a day of highest number of options available for you, on that space. And the professional path, there are plenty of interesting opportunities that are, in front of you. And it is my individual and my personal wish that every student, who is doing his 11th, 12th grade at the moment, I want every student to establish themselves as a professional. Okay, and do not want any student to, take up a graduation route and probably moving on to a non-educational path, or building up, your own work or professional life from there on. So my sincere request to every student here is, just think that your education, which is a beginning now, and it is not an end. So as you all know that learning is actually not a destination. Learning is a process. Okay, whatever education that you are, going to take up now, it's just a beginning, and you will continue to evolve and continue to, learn as a process, and only then you will be able to succeed in life. So the learning should never stop. And as I said, the ones which are going to be introduced to you at the moment are all the ones which are going to make a good beginning for you and going to set up a good platform for you to establish yourself in the future. Okay, as I'll just move on. As I said, I'm one of the director in Grey Matter Academics. We'll talk about the firm that I belong to at later part of the session, before I open up the question and answer sessions with the students. So as I said, there are two broad paths that a student can look up to. Any 12th grade students taking up a graduation and a professional path. The professional path, which I said, is meant for the people who are very passionate about establishing themselves and their career. So one of the reasons why I said every student must become a professional, which is more relevant to the future ready title as well, is because there is a significant difference between a graduate versus a professional education. I'll take a minute to explain what it is. So graduation offers you a theoretical understanding of a concept, and it allows you to develop a knowledge on certain topic that you pick up. Okay, and as compared to that, the professional education not only just feeds you with those theoretical conceptual knowledge, but at a different level, it provides you a very deeper level of understanding of those concepts. And more importantly, where it is distinct from the graduation is, it provides you an opportunity to experience yourself in a on-the-job, the real-time work environment, where you gain your experience by performing those activities which you have learned, and you will also be learning as part of your theoretical sessions. So that is the major difference between a graduation and a professional education. And what happens, through such method of learning is, by going through a professional education, you develop a skill or a competency. Okay, and that is what will take you all through the future. Okay, the graduation part just provides you with the theoretical knowledge and doesn't enable you to sustain through the remaining part of your life, and only your skill and competencies are going to help you, and those skills and competencies can be developed through the professional courses. Hence, my recommendation is every student must look at building up a professional education within themselves and continue to learn from there on. It is, the learning never stops, your education should never stop as well. Okay, so with the conventional path of graduation, there are majorly three modes of graduation that are available today. One is the regular courses, that you can get into colleges, universities, and for a certain amount of period. Mostly it is all the 3-year education where you can get into regular colleges and universities and you can go through. And what kind of courses that are available from regular institutions? The most popular one for the commerce is Bachelor of Commerce, and today the Bachelor of Commerce itself has almost 15 plus variations. You have a BCom General, you have a BCom Professional Accounting, you have BCom Banking, Company Secretaryship. There are a lot more variations available in BCom, which is part of a regular stream of college. And the other alternate for a regular college, if someone doesn't want to go into a college, there are universities which are offering an online mode, which is very similar except for the physical experience of going into a college and attending offline sessions. That's the only difference. Otherwise, you get a similar kind of certifications and similar knowledge that is being imparted. And the third one is actually the distance education. Okay, the distance education means it is called as correspondence, but you would not be attending a day-to-day college classes offline or even a day-to-day online classes as well. So those classes are scheduled and staggered at a different point of time, but the are purely meant for students who have taken up other primary responsibilities. Either you may be doing a professional course as a primary during that period of time, where you can alternatively pursue your graduation aspirations as well. So there are plenty. As I said, Bachelor of Commerce is the most popular one. You have plenty of universities that are offering, and you can take up arts, Bachelor of Arts, BA, economics, and many other arts courses available. And you can also take BBA, which is Business Administration course from the bachelor's. So there are multiple universities. As I said, graduation is just a beginning, and no one should stop there before you switch over into any work related aspects. So you must look at either alternatively or simultaneously doing a professional course, which we will be kind of going through, which are more relevant for the commerce students as well. So under the professional courses, some of the courses that we are going to talk about would be offered from India, and some of them are from United Kingdom, and some are from US, and some of the other courses which are available all across the global countries as well. Okay, so I'll first talk about some of the professional course. So the list of courses that I'm going to bring it up on slide are not the only courses available. These are not an exhaustive list. These are purely, from my opinion, which are more popular and which are in great demand as well, which has the highest number of opportunities where a student can look up to. And these are courses that can set you with the platform of being ready for your future. And I said future, being ready for the future is not just only from tomorrow and beyond, it's about today as well. So whatever you educate yourself should be relevant from a current environment, and also should take you into some amount of foreseeable future from these courses. So these are one such courses where we can kind of get that advantage. So the three major professional courses that are offered from India are all, one is CA, which is Chartered Accountancy, which is the most popular and most prestigious education that one can look up to, from Indian institutes. And the second one is CMA, which is Cost and Management Accountant. And the third one is Company Secretaryship. The reason why I listed down all the three is the eligibility criteria for taking up all these courses are all 12th grade. And reasonably, these courses take about 3 to 3.5 or 3 to 4 years of time frame from a duration perspective. And all of them have a similar amount of papers that one need to kind of crack through. It has a similar format. It has 3 levels of examination that one would have to go through, called foundation, and then intermediate, and an internship, and also final examinations before you get your certifications. All the 3 has a very similar format of the examinations, and all of them are highly recognized. All the 3 courses do specialize in 3 different spaces. Okay, all these 3 professional courses, are not similar, or not, same kind, to each other. The chartered accountancy specializes primarily in finance and accounting, and taxation and the law. These are the 3 broad areas chartered accountants, do specialize with. And cost and management accounting, they study more about costing and management accounting and, internal reporting from a corporate in-house, perspective. Company secretaryship is predominantly about the company law. The corporate world lives, or, the regulations of a corporate companies that do exist in India, and people who study more specialized around the company law take up the company secretaryship courses, and these are very prestigious positions people do hold in any corporate, and they all have an opportunity to practice themselves. So they are all independent people who can express their opinion, on their specific aspects, and they are only authorized in India. And the beauty, I'm being one of the member in 2 of the institutes. One thing I always take a pride in saying, okay, why I say this, is because in India, probably these are the 3 institutes or bodies, that are completely independent, and a student, who is eligible to enroll here, and the people who are qualifying out of that are 100% meritorious. Okay, and these are the only 3 institute. I can tell you that, it doesn't have any reservations, no quotas, and no discriminations on caste, creed, religion. It just simply requires a 12th grade student from any stream. It doesn't even limit a commerce stream. People from science stream can take up these courses, once they get about 60% above marks in the 12th grade. So it purely tests your individuality, your passion, your commitment to take up such kind of professional courses. So it's open for everyone, and people who can come out of these institutes successfully do have one quality which is common in them, is their consistency and their passion. Okay, that is what is being very often tested on, these kind of courses. And these courses cost you the least, I can tell you. Okay, these courses cost you the least of any other, even your graduation might cost you more than doing any of these professional courses. However, it pays you the highest amount of reward and recognition. The beauty of these professional courses, it not only gives you a financial security, or the job assurance, and it also gives the highest amount of status, the recognitions through your status from the society. You get the highest, the kind of respect from the people around you. So that's why I said that these are the courses that are very, very important from a commerce student perspective, or even a science stream student, because most of the science stream students have only 2 objectives, like either to go take up JEE or NEET. And even once they clear, not everyone goes into a premier institute. Many of them do get into a lot of engineering colleges and medical colleges, and beyond which, they have their own challenges to come up in their professional life and establishing themselves. And then they take alternate. I have seen enough number of mechanical engineers getting into a computer world. I've seen enough number of electronics communication engineers getting into IT world. Just that means you are fundamentally compromising the education that you have been provided with. But all these courses do not have to, alter yourself. The moment you are qualified, in fact, you get a license to go yourself into any of this field. Like I can give my own example that I being a chartered accountant, I had actually played a role of a computer programmer. I'm talking about in 94, 97. I had done computer programming. I've done implementations of various ERPs and technologies during those days. So you have a lot more flexibility of, playing a multiple roles, by choosing these kind of professions. So it doesn't limit you. The reason why a chartered accountant or a cost accountant or a company secretary is able to do is primarily because of the opportunity that you get to work in the industry for about 2 years, 3 years on the job, hands-on experience, makes you and develops you as a personality. So these courses not only give you a certification, these courses transforms your life. Okay, that is the beauty of these professional courses that I can speak about. And there is one other course which is available. which is called actuarial science. I'm sure not many would have even heard about it. Actuaries actually means in one-liner is actually are the set of professionals who evaluates the financial consequences of any risk or business risk primarily. And this is one of the course which is again available to all the 12th grade students, who can clear their entrance test and, get on to, 4 sections of these, their format, which again takes about, anywhere between 3 to 3.5 years for you to qualify. This is one of the course which has the highest level of demand. Okay, and, these people are in great demand, and these certified professionals are very much required in the insurance industry, which deals with more evaluation about risk, and also the financial services market. So people who have aspirations specific to any particular industry that you like or you are passionate about, you can actually take up these kind of courses. And all these 4, institutes, I must tell you that these are set up by the Act of Parliament. Okay, these institutes are not owned by any private institutions. That is one of the reasons, as I said, if you have money, you cannot buy, enrollment there. You cannot, get these certifications. You cannot get, any reservations over there. It's only that you need to secure 60% and above in 12th grade. You can enroll. But coming out of these professional courses, do really test your, passion and consistency of hard work that you are bringing up to. So these institutes are owned by or managed by the government themselves directly. These institutes comes under, the direct control of Ministry of Finance. So even a syllabus change have to be approved in the Parliament. Okay, so that is the format, and that is the quality that is being maintained so consistently over 75 plus years. This Chartered Accountancy Institute, which is the oldest, started in 1949. For more than 74 years now, it has been functional. And I must proudly say that none of these professionals from 1949 till today, whoever is passing out, were not even unemployed for a second. Okay, you can imagine the kind of opportunities that these professional courses can provide to the students. Okay, while I'm speaking about these Indian professional courses, and these are courses, something either you can do it right after 12th, or you can do it along the side, your graduation as well. So you're not compromising, you're not giving away your graduation path as well. So these are something available, simultaneously for everyone. So while, I spoke about the Indian top premier courses, I'm also, giving you some heads up on some of the UK based courses as well. So ACCA is again Association of Certified Chartered Accountants. This is a course offered from United Kingdom, and it's very, very similar to the Indian Chartered Accountancy. The role of ACCA certified professionals play very similar to the role of an Indian Chartered Accountant, but however, it would be in their respective country. This taxation and other law that they would be studying under, these syllabus would be relating to UK. But these are courses that are recognized in 180 plus countries. Okay, so which means that wherever you are, you can pursue this education. You have plenty of platforms available for you to undertake training, and examination centers are now available across the globe. So which means you can prepare for your examinations and give your exams, prepare for the classes, and give your exams wherever you are. The advantage is once you complete, you get opportunity to move into any of the country, 180 countries which have approved, where you can go take up an employment, or probably you can make your own independent practice. So what this course consists of is it has 2 levels, foundation and professional level, totally about 13 paper. This also would take about anywhere between 3 years time frame, where you can kind of do. This is also a course which you can do it along with your graduation as well. And these days there are plenty of universities that are even offering integrated courses along with your graduation as well. You can do that ACCA. And the next one is actually the CIMA, which is from Chartered Institute of Management Accounting. Again, this is a course from United Kingdom as well, which primarily speaks about the strategy, business strategy, and management accounting. And this course also will take anywhere between 3 to 4 years time frame. Has about 13 papers with 4 levels that you might have to appear for and clear these examinations. These are the most popular ones that are available from UK, and these are courses you can do it from wherever you are. You do not have to relocate to any of these places, any of these countries for securing these certification. And from the US, there is one which is CMA, which is probably the most simple professional course one can look up to, to get into an international certification. And this certified management accounting has got only 2 papers that a student have to crack, and you are eligible for writing those examinations after 12th grade, and you can complete it in less than a year time frame, which gives you a global recognition as well. So these are something that you should consider before you can take up any particular path, before you can move on. I mean, as I said, not only commerce students, even science students, whenever they give their entrance exam, do not lose your heart if you don't get in a particular university or a college. You can always look at much more lucrative, much more attractive professional courses outside your science stream as well. Okay, and the next most popular one is CPA, which is Certified Public Accounting, and this is also offered from the United States, where a student can take up. But this is very similar to the ACCA from UK and also the Indian Chartered Accountancy. I mean, these 3 courses are very similar, and the role of these people will be very similar, but in their respective country that they will be performing. So Certified Public Accounting probably is not immediately available to a student after 12th grade. You need to have 100 before you take up this course. So naturally, if you are able to do a graduation, which means like 15 years of education, and post which you will be able to take up these examinations, but these courses do demand that level of preparation. So while you are doing graduation, you can start preparing for these international certified public accounting courses, and eventually at the end of 4th, 5th year, you will become a professional which is recognized globally. And this CPA is worldwide recognized. It is a US based, and they specialize in accounting and US taxation. So the moment you complete, and I can tell you, across the globe, wherever the US companies have established, you will be the first preferred choice to become part of their finance team. So you can imagine that you are enhancing your opportunities while you wanted to perform your work career. You do not limit yourself to the country where you belong to. You enhance, you wide open your opportunities across the globe. Close to 200 countries that you can look up to. Okay, and another one which is Chartered Financial Analysis course. This is again from the US, and this also requires minimum 15 years of education. And this particular course primarily focuses on the banking financial services. So people who are interested and passionate about establishing themselves in the field of investment banking and financial services and any other strategy related courses, something you can look up to. And this also takes anywhere between 3 to 4 years of time frame. And these are certifications recognized from the US and again globally certified professionals. And these people do have their opportunities across minimum 180 plus countries. Okay, so, and these are something that you can pursue it while doing the graduation as well. So at any point of time, your opportunity of pursuing a graduation will never get limited. Okay, in fact, I would say that the most efficient way of you pursuing your higher education is to have your graduation as an alternate, and simultaneously, you can pursue your professional courses as a mainstream and main focus, so that you don't compromise in next 3-4 years. You secure your graduation as well as you secure a professional education, which can take care of your immediate foreseeable future. And as I said, your learning will be a continuous process, and you will continue to evolve, and you will pick up those courses which are relevant for the period. Okay, and see, these are something the 3 countries courses that are offered in the space of finance and accounting and taxation and law. And I'm going to list down few of the courses which are again very, very important and interesting professional courses that are available, maybe a non-finance and non-accounting kind of courses which one can look up to. So, I'm sure law is actually one of the very, very important and interesting profession that people can look up to. Many of you know that there is a conventional way where you can get into a law program by doing a graduation, then you get into a law school and you can do it. But I'm telling you and more efficient way of looking up and pursuing your law program is through integrated law programs, where these days, right after your 12th grade, by writing the entrance test the LSAT and CLAT, where you can get into a good overseas universities, or you can get into Indian premier institutes for pursuing your law along with your graduation. So it is an integrated program. First 3 years will be an arts course of your choice, and then the next 2 years will be specializing on the law programs. There are plenty of universities that are available, and interestingly, there are universities which has an hybrid arrangement. What I meant is hybrid arrangements means you get into an Indian university, and later part of the year you can also get seconded with their tie-ups in the overseas universities like London School of Economics, a lot of good universities from Australia and other Southeast Asian countries. So you can get into such universities where it gives you an Indian as well as an international exposure on the profession that you would be choosing into. But as I said, it is through a entrance test that you would be writing up. And there is a business administration program, and this is probably more popular amongst the commerce and even a lot of science students. After their engineering, beyond a certain point of experience, everyone look up to picking up a business administration program as well. But again, these programs are available for students after a graduation that you will have to write CAT examinations, or depending on the universities that you would be choosing, you will have to take up these courses. It takes anywhere between 3 to 5 years time frame for you to complete a business administration program. But I must tell you one thing here. If anyone is interested in picking up a business administration program, please do remember that you do clear those quality entrance tests and get into a premier institute. Okay, do not join an MBA program in any universities. Okay, because most of the universities, they may give you a degree, but they may not give you a value for it, or they may not give you, or it may not be recognized so widely. So if you are aiming for such business schools certifications, please look up to. In India, I'm sure most of you know IIMs are the ones which are the topmost. There are a lot more equivalent universities like Xavier Institute of Management, Narsi Munji Institute in Mumbai, and ISB and ICFA. There are many universities even in India which gives a international level recognized degrees. Or you can finish your basic level of graduations and you can take up your tests, and then you can get into any of the overseas programs as well. Even in overseas universities, please do remember you pick up the right universities, which is a premier institute, so that you get a recognitions across worldwide, because you are investing your time and money, and you should get the best and the maximum return out of it. Okay, and these are the conventional business administration schools program. But I will tell you, there is one interesting development that happened in recent years. So these business administration programs has the most popular specialization of finance, human resources, and marketing, which someone can look up to. And in the current world, you have multiple new options that have been evolved as well. So the next development that happened over last 10 years in the business administration program, and this is a wonderful opportunity for a 12th grade student, where you will be able to get into a direct business administration program right after 12th grade, because these integrated programs are offered as a 5-year program, which includes a bachelor degree of arts in the first 3 years, and then the next 2 years are the regular business administration programs. And these programs were introduced very recently, over last 10 years. And the first institute that was introducing this was an IIM Indore. Okay, and that was the first institute that has opened up with this opportunity for 12th grade students. And I must tell you that this university exams and also the earlier one, the conventional business administration schools, both are highly competitive to get into. I'm talking about those premier institute, and I can give you, an example. This integrated program introduced by IIM Indore, the 5-year program, has more than 12,000 people were writing the entrance for 120 seats. Okay, you can imagine, what is the ratio in which they enroll their students. So if you want to get into such a premier level of institutions, you must be putting in that amount of hard effort. But I must tell you that it's all worth it. The moment you are enrolled and coming out as a business graduates from such a premier education institution, then your life is taken care. You are completely future ready, and your future is secured, not only ready. Okay, and I will give some other, courses. Another important specialization that one can look up to is in economics. You can do your undergrad and masters in economics as well. And a lot of universities in India, again, which offers a graduation plus a master's educations, and good universities that are available. And some of the private institution in India does offer you again a hybrid opportunities where people start their initial years in the Indian university, and later on they can move into overseas universities as well. As good as an institutes like London School of Economics do have tie-up with some of the premier institutes in Delhi. So these are something that you have to carefully think. It's not about only the course. What kind of institution that you are getting into also matters, because it gives you a very, very different exposure while you are pursuing your education itself. These are something which were never existent, in 10 years before. These kind of opportunities were never in existence. If you have to pursue a education in an overseas university, you have to go apply yourself and physically relocate and move. Whereas in today, you can get into an Indian university and you get lateral, these kind of opportunities to visit and spend about a year or two in the overseas universities as a part of your program, by enrolling in India itself. So these are wonderful opportunity that one must look up to. This is something that I always bring it up in my sessions, is actually the courses that are meant for students who are willing to, or who has passion to serve the country and nation. So these are some of the government exams that are held, every year August, and these are eligible. The students who are eligible are all, have to minimum 21 years of age, and you can write these UPSC exams which are conducted. Why I particularly bring up under these professional examinations is mainly because, these are the people, once they get certified, once they come out, and they hold the highest level of positions in every government organizations. Like, they are the IAS, IPS, IFS and IRS kind of people who actually, executing all the plans of the government. Okay, the entire budget of Indian government is spent by the IAS officers. Okay, you can imagine the kind of power and position a person will be holding into. Of course, it may not be financially so remunerative, but it gives you the highest amount of satisfaction and probably gives you the highest level of authority and responsibility, and gives you a feeling that you serve for your own nation and to the society that you belong to. Something you can definitely look up to. I mean, these are not easy ones to crack. These are all, again, very high level competitiveness is what is required. It clearly tests your planning and execution abilities. Okay, these are the two major aspects being tested on these professional examinations. And last but not the least, journalism and communication. Over the years, this journalism has evolved, and because of more popularity being gained in the media, print and the social media, which has evolved over a period, there's a good amount of scope for the media related, and of course communication becomes key for everyone. And there are many other courses that someone can look up to, is in the field of travel, tourism, and hospitality services and hotel management. There are plenty of courses available. I'm not listing down all, but these are more of short-term courses and more certification kind of courses that are available for the students. Okay, so with that I kind of come to a end of broad coverage on what are the major professional courses in the space of finance and accounting, and also the non-finance and accounting professional courses a student can look up to. And as I said, not only for the commerce, even a non-commerce students can look into all these programs. So my request to you all is to do a good amount of research, and before you make a decision, be clear as to why and for what purpose that you are choosing a particular education, and more so the institution that you will be undergoing such trainings as well. So before I open it up for any question and answers, let me introduce the Grey Matter Academy that I come from. So these are okay. So after completing all these professional courses, what are the industries that one will be working on? This is just to give you a glimpse of what is after your professional education. You can imagine a finance and accounting persons can technically go into any industry, any field, any space where there is no organizations in the world is functioning without a finance person. So technically you get into any industry, and these are some of the roles that one will get into. You'll get into the finance, audit assurance, taxation, consulting, and the kind of roles that you will be playing is starting from the accounting work and grow up to the highest level, and you will be heading at finance and accounting department. You will become a CFO of a corporate eventually. That is the highest level of position you would secure into. And a lot of new roles also have developed, besides the conventional roles, so that you can establish yourself in those fields. As I was saying, you can even establish yourself as a pure technical person as well. You can, get into consulting space, and you can become a functional consultant in implementing an ERP software for a large corporate. So you can look up, multiple ways of establishing yourself, in this area of finance and accounting. As I said, I will just tell you about Grey Matter Academics. We are based out in Chennai, in the heart of Chennai. And I just would want to probably play a small video for you to, get into. Grey Matter Academics is a corporate academic institution promoted by finance professionals who are chartered accountant and cost accountant themselves in the year 2011, with an objective of imparting skills to the aspirants who intend to take Indian and international professional courses in the areas of finance and accounting, taxation, auditing and law. Grey Matter Academics offers multiple finance integrated programs. Other support activities that Grey Matter additionally provides to every student is in identifying and helping them in their internship programs, and also after completing their chartered accountancy, we also assist them in taking up the appropriate employment opportunities, and we also continue to be in touch with them in offering our best of services to help them establish themselves in their professional world as well.
Hi, I'm Tejasvi. So I'm pursuing a CA course in Grey Matter Academics. I'm from batch 10 Integrated 2021. So I share my experience as a integrated student. So I've been studying in GMA for 2 years, and I've always felt that this place is a very good study environment.
Grey Matter Academy is one of the academies in Chennai where they take care of every student. If there is an individual attention is paid for the student as well as for the entire curricular activity which is being done here, they are taking the responsibility of the students.
At Grey Matter Academics, every student matters, every moment counts. Okay. All right. Thank you for everyone for watching. One other important slide that I wanted to bring it up is through our academy. We have a long association with Oman and Indian schools. Okay, these are the two major programs that is being offered from our academy, a 5-year program which includes Bachelor of Commerce, Chartered Accountancy and ACCA, and a 3-year program which is a Bachelor of Commerce and ACCA. As I said, the most important the slide that I'm just running through this. Okay, this is something which I wanted to show you. So as you can see, closely about 50 plus students over last 3 to 4 years from Muscat alone. Okay, from various schools of Muscat. You can see Indian School, Muscat Indian School, Darset, Indian School, Wadi Kabir, Mabela, and Gobra. All of these students who have studied their 11th, 12th grade in Muscat, and who joined us, and most of them are either qualified CA or in their mid path, after their intermediate, or some of them at clear foundation level, and some of them have cleared their ACCA graduation as well. This is just a sample that I'm showing over last 3-4 years of students from your own schools. The reason that I'm showing up is this is actually these are students who have been able to take up these education, where they are able to parallelly study the graduation and taking up professionals educations like these, and are able to settle themselves very early and well in their life. Most of them have kind of joined companies like, I'm just moving on to the next slide. So all these students have joined in companies like this. You can see the first 4 companies which are called as the big 4 audit firm, which is Ernst & Young, KPMG, PwC and Deloitte, and all the other brands and logos are something which are all very well known. And these are all the companies where they've joined as their first employment. You can imagine that a student at the age of 21, with the qualifications like CAs and other professional education, getting into such a world Fortune 100 companies worldwide. So that is the power of securing a professional education, as your first education right after 12th grade, so that you are able to establish yourself, well in the future as well. So, and for people who actually have a myth of about CA, I can tell you that it is not a difficult course for someone to look at chartered accountancy. As you can see, the All India pass rates are 29% and 12% and 11% for various levels. But we were able to kind of secure at the highest level of 85% and 75% of pass rates for the first attempt itself. So the reason that I am publishing this slide is for you people to believe that if you are able to put in the right effort, you can secure, these professional education degrees and with no fear in mind. So it's purely your effort and consistency and the passion that you carry for becoming, these professional courses. Okay. So before I open it up, these are some of the orientations, that we have done. And, as I said, I'm just opening it up for any question answer sessions. If anyone has any questions, anything that you may wanted to bring it up, either you can bring it up now, or if, we can kind of meet up separately as well. So I'm, opening it up to the people for any questions. Any questions anyone has? All right. If anyone has, you can always reach out to, your school, teachers and mentors and people. We can always be available to you for offering any kind of, counseling. And I just would want to wish, each and every student here a best future. And as I said, please, be a professional in about 3 to 4 years of time, and give yourself a time, be committed and be focused on whatever course that you are pursuing. And my best wishes. And thank you once again, for ISD for, permitting us and giving this opportunity to interact with you all. And thank you and best wishes to everyone. Thanks.
Thank you, sir, for the valuable information you've shared with us. As a token of our gratitude, we would like to present a memento and a certificate to Mr. Ashok Rajaram. I would like to invite Mr. Shaji K, Head, Sports Subcommittee, Indian School Darsit, to present the memento and certificate. Thank you, sirs. We shall be starting our next session within 5 minutes. Thank you.